What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Game On Improve Your Health podcast. Tonight's episode journey is being guided by none other than your host, Austin J, or hallucinodream, if you know him from the gaming community. And tonight's episode is a follow-up and question and answer to last week's episode, which was on how to listen to your body and tips on listening to your body. Thanks for listening and enjoy the episode. Anyways, we're getting worse and worse than that. I just want to, first of all, I want to apologize. I don't know why my mobile setup decides it wants to run the fan at 120%. So you can probably hear it in the background, so I apologize for that. I apologize for the echoes. And I also want to say I apologize for our schedule being so out of whack lately. We have been traveling a lot for the wife's job and for races, and we've been all sorts of out of sync with our schedule and all that. But starting probably next week, maybe the next episode that you see, or the following week, I want to say November for sure at the latest. The beginning of November, everything's going to be back to normal. We'll be on routine. You'll start seeing more consistent uploads of the podcast and social media and whatnot. So with that being said, I'm going to jump right into the episode. It's going to be a short and sweet one. As you can see, I'm here by myself. The wife is doing, what she got to do, school, whatever. So I'm going to go over, listening to your body. And I just want to start out by saying, sorry about the squeaky chair, by the way. I want to start out by saying I can't stress enough how important it is to be able to listen, to learn your body and listen to your body. And just to recap, what that means is to be able to know if you are too sore, right? Maybe too sore from yesterday's workout. Listening to your body would be maybe you know that you're too sore, you feel too sore, and you know maybe I should go very light, right? Light resistance, maybe not even work out, just go for a walk. Knowing when your gut is inflamed, so maybe your nutrition, your diet, your drinking habits, whether it be you've been drinking more soda than normal, and this and that, right? So, sorry. Just listening to your body and being able to determine. Now, we didn't get any questions that came in, so unfortunately, I would imagine that's due to the fact that our schedule has been crazy, and so I'm just going to really, go over what I think is important to listen to. So, like I said, one of the things that I've noticed, we'll go over into some personal experience and how I learned how to do this. You hear people say, oh, you need to listen to your body, or you need to take note of how you feel, however people phrase it, and you might not understand. People might not fully understand what they're saying until you kind of go through it. So I'll say when I first worked out, I was told that this is kind of something that nobody really tells you, but I would push until I got incredibly sore where I'd barely be able to move, right, on my workouts. And then I would go and do another workout the next day, and another workout the next day. And that's kind of, that's me not listening to my body, right? I'm too sore, which means I'm not recovering fast enough. And that's very important. You need to be able to, especially if you're starting a routine, you don't want to not listen to your body and then burn yourself out almost immediately. That would really kind of deter you from long-term health and wellness routine, right? A long-term workout routine. So that's what I did right off the bat. I didn't even realize this, but I learned how to listen to my energy levels, basically, in regards to my nutrition, because when I started changing what I was eating, so I stopped. The first thing I did was I knocked out all soda and fast food. I stopped eating that cold turkey right when I started my my health and wellness routine, which was the first day of 2017. So I started the gym day one, New Year's Day, and I stopped eating fast food and stopped drinking soda. I didn't even realize how constantly fatigued I was because of what I was eating until I stopped eating that after a couple weeks, I just drastically had more energy. My energy levels drastically increased, and I didn't really do anything different besides for cut that out, right? So that's how I learned how to determine my personal energy levels, because then, I would go and eat, let's say I would eat like what's that? There's like a burger, it's called a Gizmo, I think. If you haven't heard of that, or you haven't had one, I highly recommend it. Maybe once. But those things destroy me, right? So it's like beef burger, patties, whatever, and then there's ham, and there's cheese, and there's like cheese fries in there. I don't even know what's on a Gizmo, but it's amazing. And, that night, start to feel a little groggy. The next day, I can tell my energy level is much lower just because of what I ate. That is how I know. And so I know it's because of what I ate. So if that happens to you and you wake up and you're really groggy, just think back to the night before. Even just go to the night. What did you do the night before? Did you eat right before bed? What did you eat right before bed? What did you drink right before bed? Right? Excuse me. Before that, if none of that is adding up and you're like, oh, well, I didn't really eat before bed. What did you eat for dinner? And if your dinner was fairly healthy, when was the last time you drank caffeine, right? So you just got to backtrack it. And if you're unable to do that, which is fine and understandable, I really can't backtrack and tell you everything that I ate and drank during any day, really, because I don't keep track of that. You can keep a journal, right? So a journal is a very powerful tool to be able to learn how your body's feeling. So you write down what you ate, what you're doing, activity-wise, and maybe even what you're learning that day, right? Because learning is good for cognition and mood boosting. But you can write all this down in a journal and reflect on it the next day. So open up the journal. I feel like crap today. And open up the journal and see then I ate pizza because I had it in my fridge. I ate it actually 3 times yesterday. That's probably a contributing factor to why. Now, disclaimer, or I guess side note, really, pizza isn't terrible. Okay, pizza is not terrible for you. Contrary to what, it is terrible if you eat it every single day, every single meal. Yeah, anything's gonna be terrible at that point. But I'm not knocking on pizza. It was just an example. Pizza's not terrible for you. Okay, you can eat pizza in moderation. But it's just an example of something you can do to help learn your body. You can also go to talk to a personal trainer, talk to a nutritionist, right? If you need help, don't. We said this in a previous episode as well. Do not hesitate, and don't be afraid to ask for help. Asking for help is incredibly powerful to be able to maintain a long-term health and wellness journey, a workout routine. Nobody in the world succeeds. Yeah, I want to say, I don't want to say succeeds. Nobody builds like an empire, let's say, right? Nobody builds an empire without help. You just can't, you just can't do it. You have to have help, right? So build your own empire and don't be afraid to ask for help. You might not need help maybe you're doing very good research. Maybe you have all the knowledge that you need in regards to nutrition. Maybe that's not what you need help with. Maybe just the physical aspects what you need help with. Go ask for help, right? Maybe it's just, maybe you're just having a problem with kicking the habit of soda. Ask for help from somebody, right? Get some ideas on what somebody else has done, maybe, right? Go back and listen to podcasts. These are helpful podcasts, I think, and that's why I'm making them, is so that people can learn from them in advance, and they don't have to do all the extra research and everything. And I'm putting them in simple terms for everybody to understand, right? So people can live a healthy life and have all that energy and do everything they want. And on top of that, of course, one of the very main goals is to have people be able to perform at video games or sports, but video games at a high capacity, as well as they possibly can, by following a health and wellness routine. So this episode was kind of a lot of rambling, and I will say, before I started this episode, I kind of did feel off, right? Was listening to my body today. Did a hard workout yesterday. My whole back, all the way down, my legs, also sore. So I didn't I didn't do very much activity today. I did some workouts or light workouts. I did the chest. I did the, frontals of my body. I did. Today would have been chest day, you would say. But I listened to my body today. I wanted to go for a run, but because I worked out and did such a hard run yesterday, I decided I'm not going to do a run because I want to be able to run tomorrow, right? And my body definitely needs to recover, so I'm going to go ride the bike. That's another way of, and I said that at the beginning of the episode, I think we said that last episode as well, is, you can listen to your body, right, and adapt. That's what you need to be able to do. Just need to be able to adapt. So if you do sort of do one thing, and it doesn't, it's not following your schedule now, just adapt to it, right? I only plan on working out 4 days this week, and I have 7 days in the week, so I have 3 days of leeway. So, and there's nothing wrong with rescheduling a workout, a run, if you are just not feeling it that day, right? Just don't let it get to you in a negative way on mentally. Don't let it affect you negatively, and just push forward. So. I'm not going to drag this episode out too long, so this was going to be short and sweet. I appreciate those who listen to me while I'm here by myself. I know not as entertaining. Sorry, my train of thought literally keeps derailing as I'm doing this episode, but I know it's not as entertaining, so I thank you guys. Everybody who's listening for staying here and listening. So if you're watching live on Twitch or YouTube, you can check all the links on the left. You can follow us there, ask any questions that you may have heard here. And if you're listening on the podcast platform, all the links will be in the description of the podcast platform. And next week we will be back, and I'm hoping we'll be on time, but with the episode. But as I said, our schedule is crazy, so I'll let you know, of course, which will be, October 20th. 2021 at 9 p.m. Eastern. So we hope to see you guys there. I'm sure Christina will be joining me for that one, and for everyone remaining, hopefully. So it's not so boring. Sorry. And yeah, see everybody in the next episode.